Hey guys, this is Samantha, your director with 31, and I just wanted to let you know that this is new consultant training, step 1. So basically, once you become a consultant, the first thing you need to do is start booking parties. So even before your kit comes, this is something you can do to get started. This is actually even something you can do before you sign up. So you should have a flyer that looks like this. It's the Start Swell flyer. And on the back of it will be what looks like your list of 62. I can move this a little closer. And basically what it is you are making a list of everyone that you know. And the acronym that we use to kind of help you make that list is called the Frank's C method. And what that stands for is friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kid connections, spouse connections, and then for the C I usually use club or church, or whatever organizations you're a part of. So obviously friends, relatives, acquaintances are pretty easy, neighbors. Kid connections could be anyone like the nurse or doctor at your child's doctor's office or pediatric office, their kindergarten teacher or preschool teacher, daycare teacher. If they have any friends that they play with, it would be their parents. If your kid is in soccer or baseball, the parents on the team, anything like that. So anyone that your kid is in contact with and you're in contact with the grown-ups in that kid's life daily or weekly. And then spouse connection is the same thing. So your spouse's family, if you're not married, a boyfriend's family, their relatives, the people that they work with, etc. So people that they're in contact with. And then C could be if you're a part of, you know, a Moms of Preschoolers group, if you are involved in church, any kind of clubs that you're involved with, those people. So you're basically making this list of 62. Once you get your list made, then the next step that you want to do is really focus on calendar control. You don't want your customers running your calendar, you want to run it. So what I always recommend is for the next 3 months, get out your calendar, your planner, and you want to mark everything, any dates that you have with your family, birthdays, anniversaries, a big school play, anything like that, in red. Red for heart or love. So you mark those dates in red. That way you know not to schedule parties on those dates. And then I would mark your training dates in blue. So if you know the date of the next Start Strong call or the date of the next CNC meeting, then you want to mark those in blue so that you don't schedule parties on those nights. And then after that, you're going to mark in green, green for money, all the dates that you're available to have parties, whether that's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays or Wednesdays and Saturdays, whatever works for you, but you want to mark down the dates you have available for parties. So now what? You have your list of 62 together, you have your calendar ready. I want you to look through the catalog. If you don't have a catalog, get with me or your sponsor and I can get one to you. And I want you to look at the hostess items and pick something that you really like, or even a non-hostess item that's more expensive. So it could be the Cindy tote, for example, or it could be, right now we have as a hostess item a perfect party set that holds casserole dishes. And so you're going to really look at that item and figure out what it is that you like about it and what other people are going to like about it. And then I want you to call each of the people on your list and you're going to say, hey, I am super excited to share with you that I just started my own business with 31. I was wanting to see if you could help me out by being one of my first 6 hostesses. It'll be awesome because you'll get together with your family and friends that you might not see every day, and you're going to earn free and half-price items. We have this amazing perfect party set that I know you will love, and it's going to be perfect to use around the holidays. Say something around those lines. You're basically letting them know that you're asking for their help with being one of your first hostesses, but you're also kind of letting them know what's in it for them so that they're not just doing you a favor. This is going to help you with making sure that they put the effort into inviting people and things like that, and they're not just doing a party for you just for you, and they realize they're going to get something out of it. So you're going to go through your list and call each person. You're going to hear no's. Some people are going to say I'm too busy, etc. People who say yes, I would like to do that, you're going to give them your first available date on your calendar. If that date won't work for them, then move to the next date, and so on. If someone says, yeah, I'd like to have a party with you, but I'm not sure when, tell them, hey, let's go ahead and pencil a date in on the calendar, and then if you need to change it, we can. That way you kind of get them nailed down a little bit. Because chances are they won't necessarily call you back for a date and you're going to be playing phone tag back and forth trying to get a date set. Another thing you want to remember is when you're booking those first 6 parties, you want to do that with a diverse group. So if you do your first 6 parties with your mom, your aunt, your sister, your best friend, and your cousin, you're going to have a lot of the same people at those parties. Lower sales, lower bookings. However, if you were to do your first 6 parties with your mom, your hairdresser, your best friend, your aunt, and the neighbor down the street, or the soccer mom, or something like that, you're going to have a more diverse group of people, which means more bookings for you and higher sales for you. And the benefit of doing this is if you do, what I recommend is to try to do 6 parties in your first 30 days. A lot of times that's not always feasible, but the more that you can do in your first 30 days, the better, because you're going to get better at setting up and taking down your kit. You're going to get better at answering questions. You're going to work all the nerves out, so you're not as nervous when you talk to people. And if you've ever heard someone nervous talking, it makes you a little bit nervous and awkward. So the less nervous you are and the more relaxed you are, the more relaxed your guests are going to be, the more money they're going to spend, the more likely they're going to book. So those are some of the benefits, and then not to mention that you're going to earn the Start Swell products. So these are basically, 3 parties in your first 30 days, 6 parties total in your first 60 days, 9, and then 12. So if you do 6 parties in your first 30 days, you've already earned Start Swell Level 1 and 2, which are $180 worth of products. So that's awesome. It's going to get you off to a great start, and that's going to fill your calendar for the next 6 parties, which will then get you the rest of your Start Swell. So that's basically the first thing you need to do when you enroll, is to work on that list of 62 and then try to book your first 6 parties. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks, ladies.